Today, 2 stickers remain. I made a promise that ended last year. That promise circled over into this year. If you'll drive your attention over to... Whoa, I'm way zoomed out. If you'll drive your attention over towards the now moved plush mountain. The mountain is the same, but the plushes have moved because the cats have grown a little warmer to the beanbag. Not as much as you would think. I mean, I built that there for them. And the cats were ultimately the surprise I've been building up to. If you do not know, if you've not been to one of these BH Ultra live streams for ever, or just for like the last month or so, the new rule of the Autumn of Andrew, the way things are set up, is every time somebody follows or subscribes, and we're trying to get to 50 concurrent subs. I know that's probably impossible, but I had to shoot for some number. But 900 followers is doable, considering we're at 860 right now. If there are 40 people that are just lurking, that are just around here, that need to get some enjoyment out of life. If you follow and you stay follow, we ring this bell, and we spin that wheel, and then we hit the sound effects. The sound effects are now fully banned because we have finished, for the most part, Donkey Kong Bonanza. Now, there have been some concurrent series we've been playing throughout this year, right? We started the year with Mario Galaxy, which we played fully, or recently fully completed the Mario aspects of Mario Galaxy. I played a little bit of Super Smash Bros. Brawl, and by a little bit, I mean 31 hours, all throughout finished February. And I do want to go back to it, but maybe that'll just be a regular finished February thing. Maybe every February is just Smash Bros. Brawl. Who knows? Completed Monster Hunter Wilds. Got far enough in Doom the Dark Ages before the Switch 2 came out, and I wanted to switch gears. Finished the main storyline of Deltarune. Played a little Pokemon on the side. Played hours upon hours of Mario Kart World. Because of the long weekend stream that was the Switch 2's launch. And of course, over 40 hours in Donkey Kong Bonanza. However, almost a close second. Well, not a close second, but the game that will boil over into the second. If this stream is an hour 30 long, then it will have streamed at the same amount of time as I streamed Super Smash Bros. Brawl. If my math is correct, and if I didn't forget to update it. However, all we need to do in the game today is get 2 more stickers. This Funky Phil sticker and this Dina sticker. And once we've done that, to my barometer, I guess how I view the game, I have fully completed the game. But the reason I direct your attention over towards these bars is because the top one is also a donation bar, which is a fund, a bid, an auction, where you can donate money to the stream in the name of a game you want to see me play for 11 streams or fully completing the game. The reason I bring that up is because that tradition was started last year with the So Retro Game Fund. And the winner of said So Retro Game Fund last year was Chibi-Robo for the GameCube. The amiibo wasn't included in the prices, but I just got that as well. Speaking of things that are deteriorating slowly, I know we built this new set. I think this balloon is on its last leg. It hasn't fully deflated, but I think it's kind of ruining the feng shui of the set. And covering our very important chicken. Speaking of very important, now that I finished Donkey Kong Bonanza, at least by my metric, the splattered sticky toy, and I realized yesterday because I was editing through putting the finishing touches on the October video, that within the October video, I said, like, oh, my most recent sticky toys are this, this, and this. And I didn't feature the pumpkin because I didn't get it yet. Anyway, now that we're in autumn and not in Donkey Kong time anymore, that is the only sticky toy. I think I want to make a regular habit out of whatever my most recent sticky find is will be a permanent, well, semi-permanent fixture of the set. What I'm getting at is that as of last Tuesday, I have already exceeded the 11 stream required for the So Retro Game Fund. But I loved Chibi-Robo so much that I knew I had to finish it. And yes, I am stalling because there's only 2 stickers. And you may think, only 2 stickers? There's no way this game can even be, there's no way this stream can even be half the length of a normal stream. I had 7 days. Today, even, I had multiple hours. I woke up an hour earlier than I normally do. I woke up at 9 a.m. with a cat sitting on my face, and I barely got to sleep last night because they were surrounding me. They think I'm some sort of large pillow. I've heard in the past that cats either view you as, or dogs view you as a different species, and cats view you as large, dumb cats. I'm convinced my cats view me as some sort of bed, a walking bed of sorts. I had multiple hours today. I had 7 days leading up to today to write down some notes and really plan out how I'm going to get these Dina and Funky Phil stickers. However, I wrote 0 notes. There are no additional notes for Chibi-Robo or for Donkey Kong Bonanza. So for now, I'm just going to put this away. Because if you haven't been following these streams, you know that tomorrow is obviously going to be another installment of GTA Weekly, which is the show where I play GTA Online every week leading up to the release of GTA 6. However, Thursday, which has since become our regular rotational Switch 2 day, I will be starting my playthrough in Pokemon Legends ZA. An interesting piece of lore about this notebook, the first things I ever wrote in this notebook, on stream or otherwise, just in general, were notes about completing Pokemon Legends Arceus. So I think I should use this notebook further for my notes. This is my map of alien isolation. I like having a physical book of a bunch of stream clips. This here just says Astrobot. Speaking of, if you've ever been wondering what I was doing last October 14th, speaking of robots when it comes to Chibi-Robo, I was playing Astrobot, and normally I show off multiple streams, but as far as 2022, 2023 go, I guess 2024 as well, this is the only day I streamed October 14th, other than today. It's interesting that going back while playing Chibi-Robo, because while I was playing the Switch games, every time I go back it's Bayonetta. While I'm playing Chibi-Robo, every time I go back it's Astrobot. And in a way, Chibi-Robo is sort of the prototypical Astrobot. I really hope you saw everything I saw, because I wasn't looking at the stream, so I'm just going to assume you saw the same screen as I did. Anyway, I have no clue what the fuck I'm doing today, other than the amorphous, I'm going to get the Dina and Funky Phil stickers. This stream might be shorter, but as long as it's an hour and a half, I'm going to stall. I'm going to stall the shit out of this one. Then it will have matched the amount of hours for Brawl. And I think that's a good metric. I think 31 is fair. Even though that's not divisible. Maybe I should shoot for 33. Well, I'm not going to elongate in this stream. Anyway, whatever. Hello? Hey, Andrew. I'm going to assume you guys didn't see any of that, huh? Hi. Or are you saying hey because you're... Andrew, talk about the bad movie. Oh! Okay. Get this camera in on me. I have a beautiful, gorgeous, lovely wife who I love. who has never heard of Halloween before, if you could believe it. I said Halloween. She said, "What's that?" I know, crazy. I guess people outside of Maryland don't know what it is. I guess we invented it or something. I don't know. Um, so Astrobot in the spooky level. All right, perfect. Okay, so I'm exaggerating, obviously. It's just not as big over there. So I wanted to make a month of everything, a crash course on Halloween, although it's mostly childhood nostalgia. So I've been cycling through a lot of Halloween episodes. What I did, I guess it was Friday. Maybe it was Friday. I think it was Friday. I invited over the Sibs, my roommate, his sister, and then my sisters, and also my wife was there. And we all gathered around the TV to turn on Tubi to watch some Goosebumps. Because for whatever reason, the Goosebumps specials, which technically are season 5, are on Netflix, and all the previous Goosebumps episodes are on Tubi. So we watched all the Goosebumps episodes that I have lore for. I kind of want to talk about Bedhead Ultra. I'll have you know, this is one of the few days I actually did brush my hair. I just learned about brushes recently. I don't even own one. I've just been stealing my wife's supplies. This is just how I look now. Get used to it. I'm here anyway. Speaking of bad movie, that I loaded up Tubi. It was me, my roommate, and my wife. And I was looking on Tubi for Goosebumps. And I typed in G-O-O. First of all, there are 2 movies titled Gooner. There's Gooner and then Gooner : like fully loaded or whatever. We happened across, while looking for Goosebumps, a movie titled A Good Man. A Tubi original titled A Good Man. And we turned it on. We're like, you know what? We've heard a lot of smack about Tubi originals. It can't be that bad. And I was right. It's not that bad. It's actually the greatest movie I have seen this year. Because, first of all, the director's name is Joe Smith. I looked up Joe Smith on IMDb, and his page says he is known for A Good Man 3, A Good Man 2, and A Good Man. And A Good Man 3 isn't even out yet. I think me and the Sibs are going to make a tradition after watching a new A Good Man every year around the middle of October. So as people were filing into the house, as the Sibs were coming over, everyone gathered around as we watched more and more of A Good Man. So Joe Smith, the director, is a bald black man with a beard. The lead in A Good Man is a man that, and I know I don't have a great track record with this, looks exactly like him, and also has the last name Smith. Some people in the party that we were watching the movie, we were batting around bits, believe that it is Joe Smith's son that is in the lead role of the movie. I don't doubt it, but I think that Smith is a really common surname. Anyway, the movie starts, it seems like, for a movie that exclusively stars people of color, it seems to be a pretty racist movie, because the main character, A Good Man, lived in the suburbs and wears suits, and he encounters the romantic interest of the movie, who is never shown in a favorable light. The entire movie, she is portrayed as loud and ghetto and just a bad person and a cheater. And ultimately, she does cheat on A Good Man. And for a Tubi original, I thought this was going to be the equivalent of a Hallmark movie. Like, there's going to be little bits of implication in there. No, there's full penetration in this movie. We don't see it go inside, but there's 4 different scenes of humping in this movie, and all of them include A Good Man getting cheated on. And in the beginning of the title on the Tubi page, it lists the movie as a thriller. And the whole time we were waiting, okay, what makes this a thriller? What is thrilling about this movie? And then I swear to God, in the last 20 minutes, A Good Man walks in on his new wife, who he's known for 5 years, and he married her on a boat. Of course, you can't say no to that. Married her after explicitly saying, oh, my ex-wife cheated on me. Maybe you should vet these people a little bit. Also, I'm convinced these Good Man movies are a laundering scheme, because the entire movie, people are wearing luxury suits, crazy shoes, driving shiny new cars, and they're being shot in, these luxury houses. One of them has a theater system, an in-home theater, that doesn't come up in the plot at all. It just exists, I think, so Joe Smith can have a house with a home theater in it, or give it to his fuck-ass son. Anyway, sorry, I greened. The new wife, the new person he marries, had an ex named Chaos, spelled K-O-S. Like he's an operating system, like he's a computer. Even though the subtitles insist on calling him Chaos spelled correctly. So I don't know what their subtitle system is. He gets out of prison, and she immediately fucks this guy multiple times. One of them in a public park. And then the next time in a good man's bed. And the movie ends with a good man not breaking down and crying. Also, the beginning of the movie, he meets this girl who he seems to hate. They have no chemistry whatsoever. And I know opposites attract, but every date they go on, it's not banter. They're just always arguing. And he's always judging her, basically for just being poor and growing up in a different neighborhood. And in the beginning of the movie, the movie starts with him on a Zoom call with his therapist, and in the first, 20 minutes when he meets this girl... Oh, sorry, I was raging sorry, my chain broke. He gets on another call with his therapist. By the way, the aspect ratio changes for one clip, like 1 3-second clip, and I feel like it's just, it was missed in the edit, it was poorly sized. Anyway, he tells his therapist, okay, I'm good, I don't need therapy anymore, I've got a new wife now. And his therapist doesn't even question it. Anyway, so he doesn't have his therapist anymore. We get to the end of the movie. By the way, all of the soundtrack, all the music in this movie is probably commissioned for this movie. So there are multiple songs that are backing tracks, including the lines, "My girl's super bad like Jonah Hill," and another song that goes, "I want a ball like I'm Mike Jordan. Pass me the rock and I be scoring." Mike Jordan? He's up there with Fred Krueger. The movie ends with a good man catching Chaos and his new future ex-wife really violently going at it in his bed. And then it cuts to them waking up, tied up, with duct tape over their mouths. And he goes on like a 20-minute monologue where he then brings in Chaos's wife and kid and shoots both of them in the head. He shoots the kid right in front of them. And then when he's talking, and then they're acting like she's the crazy one. He was gonna do this anyway. This had nothing to do with cheating. And you can't even argue it's a murder of passion because this is meticulous. If he just shot them after seeing them cheat, that's a crime. But at least it's like, okay, you know, you're seeing red, as people say. Tying them up and duct taping them was meticulous. This movie was awful. And then he kills them. He kills the entire family. And then the movie ends with a good man going on the date with another woman. And I know that there are 2 more A Good Man movies. And I am so excited. I simply cannot wait until next year to see them. I just thought you guys had to hear about this. If you have Tubi, and everyone has Tubi, it's free, I recommend watching the A Good Man trilogy. I don't think A Good Man 3 is out yet, but I would fully recommend it. Anyway, in that time I have wasted. What was I doing last time in Chibi-Robo? Can anyone who watches these streams tell me what the fuck I was up to? I know that, like, something bad has to happen to Funky Phil. Do I need to go to him? Is this just like a waiting multiple night situation, or do I need to do anything? That's neat. Can I get my Ultra Prize now? What, are you asking me? You exchange your Ultra Points for the Ultra Prize. I'll check last week's card. Thank you, Fed. Also, King Bill, why you naked? BMJ, why you naked? Put some shit on. Put that shit on. Alright, wait. Foyer. We gotta go to mommy's room. Having infinite energy is cool, but I would... If I could have any, like, game-breaking post-game ability... You know when you play a video game and you get, like, a crazy ability that will make the game easier to play, like, exponentially, but you can't do anything with it because it's the end of the game? If I could get anything like that in this game, it would simply just be fast travel. I spent my 100k. Well, then you have the Ultra Prize. I don't know what you're whining at me for. You got it, man. It's in your inventory. You have a sticky hand. Can people get multiple sticky hands? Or is it just like one per person? Do we have an elite club of sticky hand users? This is just the tip of the iceberg of Tubi specials. A lot of originals are like that. I think this is going to be my new personality. Well, those are 2 ideas right there. Watching more Tubi movies and also talking about... Here's the thing. If I talk about Goosebumps, it would need to be a Patreon thing. Because, like... Scholastic is really litigious with that. Every time I've ever talked about Goosebumps, they have claimed it or tried to block it. And I've talked about the concept of death of the author on the stream before. I don't believe that's an actual thing that you can do. It's a matter of like how much that will actually affect you, right? If you don't want to support a nebulous, or if there is a creator of something you really like and you morally do not want to give them money, that's one thing. But if you believe you cannot enjoy something unless the person who made it is a good person, I think you're lying to yourself, and you actually don't care as much as you think you're supposed, or as it's about optics, right? It's the same people who claim to be woke, but they're just doing it to, like, be mean to other people. If that makes any sense. I don't think my point was made very clear what I was just saying. Anyway, I think Death of the Author is bullshit. I disagree with the idea that you can just uncharacteristically and unthinkingly consume something without conceptualizing who's making it. And the idea that you want to, actually, Hatsune Miku made Minecraft or whatever. That one's fine, I guess, because, well, I don't like the idea of that one because what we know as Minecraft is honestly more Jeb's doing than Notch's doing. And Jeb is still there and deserves the credit. I don't know, what's another thing? Like, oh, Doug, Hatsune Miku made... It allows people who watch it unassumedly to stave off blame and be like, oh, well, I'm not, I don't need to think about this at all. But in actuality, like, that show is a very Dan Schneider show, and you need to reckon with that fact. There's nothing wrong with enjoying it, but pretending he had nothing to do with it isn't true. Anyway, why the fuck did I bring that up? Oh, right. I was, every year I watch Goosebumps, and also every year I watch the JonTron video on Goosebumps. It's nostalgic for me. It's like 11 years old now. And now that Death of the Author matters at all, and if you worry, I think the only one worth caring about is directly putting money in the pocket of a bad person. Like Scott Cawthon, for example. Famous bad person. If you're giving him money, you know it's directly going towards homophobic Republicans. And I don't know why people forgot that's the case. Or just choose to believe it wasn't true. Whatever. That video, however, I know firsthand that Scholastic will claim every single clip of Goosebumps, so I can rest easy watching that video knowing JonTron won't make any money off of it anyway. You said Death of the Author, but it sounds like you're talking about separating the art from the artist. You're right, yeah. I misspoke. I guess I'm just imagining them dying. Yeah, thank you for correcting me. I think separating the art from the artist is bullshit, and I don't think you can actually do that. Because doing that is the equivalent of those people who are like, oh, I don't want to see politics in my shows, I just want to turn my brain off and enjoy something. There's no such thing as turning your brain off. That phrase pisses me off so much, more than you would think. Let's see what the YouTube chat has to say. Hope you all are having a Tubular Tuesday. Yo, have you watched Hilda yet? Also, what is your favorite Deltarune ship? I guess the real good man were the friends we made along the way. My favorite? I don't know. Is Toriel and Sans lukewarm and boring? That one. Here's the thing. Nah, I disagree. On separating the art from the artist? Alright, I want to hear your piece, but also I want to talk about this Deltarune thing. Because here's the thing, ship it. What do you mean by ship it? Like, do I want to see them together? Because I fuck with Spam Teta heavy, but I don't want to see them together. I will say, I don't think there's, and I've had this discussion before because when I was talking about making Fiends, I'm like, oh, these characters are cute together, and also I obviously really like the Owl House, and that shipping was a big part of that. I don't think there's anything wrong with shipping characters who are like kids together. As long as it's not like, oh, they're gonna fuck. If it's just like, oh, they're cute together, they're holding hands, whatever. Because that is, kids do act like that. That is in a lot of stories. However, and I'm not saying this to yuck anyone's yum or say, like, it's immoral to do this. However, I would never ship Chris with a character because Chris has no current relationships with these characters. Chris has almost zero agency. What the fuck? Is this supposed to be happening? Chibi-Robo is upgraded to Roomba mode. Oh. Okay, so that shit was not supposed to be happening. Guard, you know what to do. Ban me. Now clip that. And I have not watched Hilda. But whenever I see people, and again, totally fine. This is like the Amazing Digital Circus thing, where I'm just doing it as a bit. Like, it doesn't actually matter. You know, it's all bullshit anyway. I have to talk to Funky Phil, right? I was not paying attention. Get the creepypasta version. Man, I made it all the way to the end of the game, and then it starts creepypasting. What if every copy of the game does that, but nobody's ever made it this far? But, you know, if you want to draw art of Susie and Chris, or, like, Noelle and Chris, whatever, but actually following the text of the game, Susie and Chris have no relationship. Chris doesn't know Susie. Like, we the player, know Susie. But if we immediately abstained control from Chris, Chris would probably be like, alright, I'm out of here. I think it's completely possible to enjoy art without any knowledge about who created it. Sure, but that's not what I'm saying. I agree. I think it's possible. I think most of the movies people watch, they don't actually know who directed it. Or even, I was looking into this when it came to Smiling Friends, because I wanted to know who wrote the episodes. Because, Michael and Zach write every episode, and Hans Van Harken wrote some of them. But for a lot of cartoons, it's just like, we know the show creator, right? It's like, oh, it's Genndy Tartakovsky's whatever. But more often than not, when it comes to shows like that, like, everyone's favorite episodes, they're always attributed to the wrong person. Because the showrunner probably gets too much credit on the bottom line. So yes, it's possible to enjoy something without knowing who is directly involved. However, I think the idea of knowing who created it and pretending that that doesn't matter is a little bullshit. However, if you do have knowledge of who created the art, then yes, you should probably reckon with that. That's not what I'm saying. Well, I guess it is what I'm saying. I'm not saying reckon as in, like, you cannot watch that thing. You are not allowed to watch iCarly. You are not allowed to watch Buffy. I will say you're not allowed to watch Harry Potter, because that is directly profiting her. Maybe I'm a hypocrite. But wait, oh, okay, a kid went missing. I have to find a kid. With my radar? Ah, my kid radar. It helps me to find kids. Okay, it doesn't help me find shit. Run that by me one more time. I think it comes up a lot, especially with something like iCarly, that I'm hard-pressed to find a piece of entertainment, a piece of art, that doesn't have a piece of the creator in it, right? Especially with music, right? Like, I was listening to Thriller upstairs, you know, it's Halloween, I want to listen to Thriller. But I can't separate that from Michael Jackson. I can't be like, oh no, someone else made this, because that is fucking, it's him, you know? I think there are levels to it. Like, with it, if you really dislike Butch Hartman as a person, and you still want to enjoy Fairly Odd Parents or Danny Phantom or whatever, if you actually, like, look in the credits of the episodes, there are very few that he worked on. So I think it's possible to do that. Oh, I found the kid. Okay. Can I pick the kid up? Hi. What am I supposed to do? I gotta catch him in a net? I gotta shoot him with a gun? What am I doing? I forgot. I haven't used this mug, like, a second time since I got it. So I gotta shoot him with shit? No, it was zombie Michael Jackson or whatever it was who turned into the music video. It's weird. He starts as a zombie and then he turns into, like, a werewolf, right? Also, that music video opens with a disclaimer of, like, I do not support the occult. You couldn't do shit in the 80s. You couldn't have a skeleton dancing without being accused of being Satan by the general public. Have you read the Hunger Games books? All of them are good. Haunted Chibi-Robo disc. Haunted Chibi-Robo di. I haven't read any book ever. I went to a bookstore the other day and I got a couple books. One of them was just like a self-indulgent book about an artist I really like. That probably is just like, this person made this thing. And I'm like, whoa! But the other books I well, actually, I got 3 books, and one of them was The Wizard of Oz. The Wonderful Wizard of Oz. I've been quite on the October's gonna be a Wizard of Oz month for me. Because as we know in the BH Ultra Patreon Discord server, the last couple days of October, we're gonna be watching The Wizard of Oz, and then The Wiz, and then Return to Oz, and then Wicked Part 1, right? So I got the book because I want to read it. On top of that, I got 2 informative books. One of them was about an artist I really like. And because I think when it comes to modern conflicts and politics, I am really ill-informed. Like, honestly, like, you can come to me and pretend and assume that I know what I'm talking about, but I never do, right? My opinions come from Twitter and TikTok. I'm a fucking amalgamation of the internet. I'm the e-boy, the prototypical. That there are some books in there that it was a pretty woke bookstore. I mean, you have to be woke to be a bookstore, right? Because otherwise you wouldn't be a bookstore. You'd be like a church or whatever. Or I don't know. A Chick-fil-A. That... Can I not pick this guy up? There was one book called, like, Reagan Town. And I was like, I wanna... And it seemed like a weirdly pro-Reagan book. And I wanted to, like, check that book out. Because I actually don't know a whole lot historically about Reagan, other than, like, what I've heard from the internet where people are like, oh, Reagan caused this. He caused everything. Which I believe, but I want to know more about it. But I was thinking, like, how do I buy this Ronald Reagan book at this bookstore I very seldom am at, without the woke kiosk at the bookstore thinking that I'm, like, a pro-Reagan guy? Alright, how the fuck do I pick this thing up? Any suggestions? Weapons was so good, but there were no pistols, knives, shotguns, grenades, or miniguns, so it was false advertising to me, lol. Okay, first of all, you weren't paying attention because there was a gun in there. There's an AK-47. Sandwich the Reagan book between 2 woke books. You have to scan all of them. Talk to me again. Outrageous. Just check the book out raw style. No, I bought the books. Like, I like the idea of going to a library and checking stuff in and out every month, but the bookstore, which was really nice, was in the middle of the city that was closed off because of a festival. So it would have been impossible to park there. I'm not going to take an Uber to check out a book and then an Uber back home. Yeah, but it'll soften the blow. I mean, that's basically what I did. I got a book on Gaza. Because that's another thing that, like, I call myself woke and a leftist or whatever, but, you know, I'll be honest, I didn't actually hear about any of the, like, important stuff until the last handful of years when the rest of the internet did. Well, I say the rest of the... When the larger, like, surface-level internet did. I'm a poser. I'm a normie. Put the Reagan book in your mouth. They'll never know. I should just steal the Reagan book. It's what he would have wanted. You need to put this CD up your ass. Can't find...
If I with my funky little buddies. I was a little hard on him during rehearsal. Give me a shout if you find him.
I give you a shout if I find him. Well, I found him. Fed, I'm gonna need some assistance here. I mean, I could just look it up. Give you a shout when I find... Oh. I'm worried that the nighttime's gonna end and then I won't be able to do this anymore until the next night. Okay, I found him. Give you a shout. Nope. So I gotta put the funky sweat on him? There was some of that around him. It'll at least get his attention, right? 2 stickers left in the world of Chibi-Robo. Help with what? The fucking guy. Alright, never mind, I got it. I think I've thoroughly taught the kittens to not walk on the keyboard now. To not walk like an Egyptian. You know, if you think about it, all cats are Egyptian. Okay, hold on. I need to go to youtube.com. I need to go to youtube.com. YouTube porn. Before I knew what porn was, I would look up... Never mind. Sticker I hardly know her. I'll be sticky in a sec. It's getting sticky in this bitch. Have you guys noticed that? Okay, do all that shit. Okay, I think this is not where I'm supposed to be. I think I need to get more blocks for Dina, right? Where am I in this storyline? Okay, I need to go way back. I'm getting ahead of myself. Oh! Okay. Well, I opened Discord on accident. Hopefully that won't tank the quality of the stream. Alright. I got a few seconds to pull this off until the night will end. All I ask is for one normal night. Alright. Don't call her stinky, bro. Sticky. Well, which would you rather me say? You heard of Harry Potter with guns? Let's get weapons with conventional weapons popping off. Yeah, I would have shot those kids in the head. And thus is the lesson of weapons. I forgot that we taught him this last time. I'm gonna drink my blue. Where's my blue? My blue potion. Giba? Giba, giba, ba, 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 ba. Gay boy. Little gay boy, 45. I hope nothing bad happens. Well, fuck. Why did I say that? This isn't the nighttime cutscene, or I mean, in the day. Have you thought about your Halloween costume? You seem like you still trick or treat. Close! I actually go to kids on Halloween night and kind of push them over and take their candy. I like to call it trick. A little something I like to call tricking. I ride up with my skateboard. Of course I'm wearing elbow pads and knee pads and helmet. Alright, I'm a thief, but I'm not dangerous. Yes, I know what I'm going to be for Halloween, but it won't be on the Halloween stream. It'll be somewhere on the internet, probably. Or maybe not. Funky Phil? I swear to God, if it becomes daytime before I can follow through. Can I ask you guys in the chat, when you when you hear the term follow through, what is, if definitionally, what does that mean to you? Good old television. Oh? Is that an O like he's surprised, or an O like a quagmire where he goes, oh! That's how he finishes his... Oh. Good morning. Okay, Super Chibi-Robo, get out there and make everyone super happy. Let's go. While you're here, Chibi-Robo, would you like to say... Yes, you know what? Boop, boop, boop. We've got... I bat back and forth, right, between filling the silences. One thing about me on stream is I'm gonna say some bullshit, I'm gonna yell. I'm going to talk 3 hours concurrently. So I like to have the kind of stream. And maybe I'm in the wrong because I don't watch enough of actual Twitch streams to know what they're like. Maybe that does afford them a little bit of breathing room. But my biggest fear or qualm on stream is silences. So I'll always just fill it with bullshit, right? I'll just be saying things. I'm always talking. I never run out of things to say. When I'm dead, they'll be able to watch back all these streams, and it'll be my memoirs. It'll be my memories. Because I was scrolling through TikTok with my beautiful wife in bed, and... Okay, is he still dead even though it's morning? Maybe he just woke up. He was really tired. And there was one TikToker we both really like, and he was streaming, but it was just him playing CSGO and just looking at the screen silently. And I've seen so many streams like that, and it clicked for me. It's like, oh, that's why I'm always saying nonsense on these streams. That's why, like, I would rather constantly... I know this is a bad opinion to have. Or a bad stance, rather. I would rather be talking nonstop and none of it matter at all than anyone click on my stream and be like, oh, what's going on here? And see this. Got a coin. That, you know? And the reason I bring that up is because the moment before that, I realized I was doing that. I've been silent for 30 seconds? This is unheard of. What was the follow-through question about? Oh, what is the definition of the term follow-through? Like, when you hear somebody say, I'm gonna follow through, describe what that means. And this isn't a trick question. Just earnestly, what does that mean?
Can you hear me, Funky Phil? What in tarnation's going on? I want to know what's happened to Funky Phil.
Shorty's good.
Everybody, will somebody please tell me what in tarnation is wrong with Funky Phil?
Keep their promise, back up what they said they do. Alright, I want everyone to answer this question. I know that there's people in this chat. And I know there's fucking lurkers in there too. What is your Deltarune hot take? I think it's bad. Oh, get owned. I agree. Okay, so you guys are saying that following through is to keep their promise or back up what they say they do. You got it. Okay, so yeah, all that. So tell me why. Do you want to explain this? Okay, so tell me why I walked over to my beautiful wife and I don't remember what I was talking about. I just said that I was going to follow through on something. And she thought that meant that I was going to shit my pants. And then I'm not often perplexed. But I was like, what are you, huh? And she's like, follow through. Okay, yeah, no, I know what follow through means. What do you mean? And apparently, because we checked a living British subreddit, this divide has come up several times before. That for us, following through obviously means like making a promise and then doing it. But overseas, across the pond, following through means holding a fart too long and shitting yourself. So when I said I'm gonna follow through, I guess we were both fucking confused there in that moment. We were just perplexed. And then in the British subreddit, like one of the top posts is like, hey, my American friend or American partner said they're gonna follow through, and all I could think about is them shitting. Because like, sure, that is a subsect of following through, like, I guess. But that's not more common than the term following through as in, like, literally following through. Anyway, I just wanted to bring that up. I wanted to vet your guys' questions because I wanted to make sure I wasn't crazy. Nobody's crazy in this situation. Unless if you guys said the shit one, then I'm just like, okay, I guess it's not an American thing, it's just me. So yes, in conclusion, I did shit my pants to prove a point. Oh no, Funky Phil's dead. I guess I'll never have to do that voice again. What's all this then?
Funky Phil's a gooner. He died just like that. He died doing what he loved.
Hold on a second. How could someone so funky die? It's just not possible. You're all trying to scare me. Is that it? You just want me to see me cry? I won't be fooled so easily. Oh my goodness. I don't like that. Hello? He's blue. His heartbeat. Yeah, but he's a toy. Chibi-Robo wished for them to be alive, not for them to have blood and hearts and guts and fucking... What, they got an appendix? Is this the genocide they were talking about? Yeah, my hot take on Deltarune is that you should be able to do a genocide. That's my take on every game, really. Oh, Goonacide. What the fuck's wrong with me? Sorry, my brain is auto... You know how your brain purposefully blocks memories to protect you or blocks things that it think will upset you? My brain has just auto-blocked the word goon now. Especially goonicide. I think we should stay with Dina until she calms down. It's too bad, but that's the only thing we can do for her. And so, the game has ended. And continued into the night. It looks like everyone has... Okay, so now it's nighttime. I bet they cried themselves to sleep. I'm going back to the Chibi... I've had enough of this. I'm going home. Self too hard, Chibi-Robo. I agree. Oh. Here it's good to take a break once every 2 hours. Okay, it does want me to stop playing the game. I've been playing for like 30. But the stream's been 50. If I can get 40 more minutes out of this stream, that's a solid 31 hours. Okay, what does the YouTube say I must do next? You're telling me a tube tied this you? Who's getting my YouTubes tied? Where's my drink? Where's Reptar? I'm gonna take a peek at okay. After at least one full day, hold on. After at least one full day has passed, talk to Dina. It's time to find the blocks. Okay. I already found most of the blocks, but okay. So after one full day, so not this, right? Feels gone to the great chili cook-off in the sky. Chibi cook-off. What if his name is Chibi-Robo? And he was so cold. Wah ha ha! Flowers. Flowers. Boom! Click, click, Chibi-Robo. I think it's going to take some time for Dina to bounce back from this. Why don't we come back tomorrow? It's daytime. Okay. Well, time for a chibi sleep. Because truly, these are the only stickers I need. You have home field advantage to how words and grammar in America, but when you visit your wife's home turf in the UK, you can call the cigarettes the F word all you want. I mean, I could do that now, just not on Twitch. Have you heard about the Snowgrave route? What is that, some kind of video game? Man, you're on the Turbo channel. How do you not know? Yeah, I'm pretty familiar. But tell me about it anyway, stud. And I mean that in the 50s term, not in the whatever we're calling studs now. I've been wearing... Can I... Instead of reclaiming, can I just claim? Like, can I just steal stuff? Gay men have been stealing, from black women since the dawn of time. Can I steal just lesbian terms? Because I've been dressing butch the last couple of days, and I kind of like the way it sounds. You already do, bro. That's true. In My Babysitter's a Vampire video, I called something like Goofy or something. That was 2022, so I had just heard it the first time, and I'm like, that's really funny, I'm gonna do that. And somebody commented that I couldn't say that. You know what? And they're vindicated. Wait, I don't need the happy points anymore. What the fuck am I doing? What I'm doing is sleeping. I wouldn't have a career if I didn't steal from lesbians. Those studs are my lifeblood. My life stud. It's a secret route in Deltarune where you can kiss Birdly on the mouth in Cyber City and Noel dies. Oh, I didn't hear about that. That's crazy. I don't know why you'd want me to play that, but that's cool. I mean, I don't hate Birdly as much as everyone else. I probably don't need to save, actually. But I have to now. Never mind. Everything I say is a lie. All these chats are just bots that I built from the ground up. Call me the popular Twitch streamers on the front page because most of my viewers are bots. Alright, I mean, I at least know some of them are robot people. Chibi-Robo sympathizers. Alright, I'm gonna go this way. Who's gonna tell him that studs is primarily a black lesbian term? Okay, never mind. I don't take it then. Fuck, I gotta consult with the black lesbians. Are there any black lesbians in the chat? I have several questions. Actually, I have one question. And the question persists of, can I please? You can have Butch, though. I'll take Butch. By the way, I was just saying the term. I don't think I am a stud by any stretch of the imagination. You know, because of the... I mean, I have a face cam on for a reason. Like, you can tell. It's crazy that I legitimately gain nothing at the game in this juncture by cleaning stuff up. But still, I strive to do it. Something in my brain, I've been like chibi-groomed, that I can't walk past dirt without cleaning it up. No wonder the GameCube didn't so well. It was indoctrinating children to want to clean. Because dirty is better. Wait, because clean is better than dirty, and dirty is meaner than clean. I know I'm letting everyone know, though, because that's not very well known. Oh. Well, I appreciate it. Appreciate you speaking for the black lesbians. What? Okay. Follow-up question. I don't know why I'm dying right now. Why the fuck am I cleaning this? Okay, focus. Whew. Play the video game. If the chat asked in the previous stream what every different, like, marginalized group calls me, or just cultural group calls me, would the studs have a different one, or would that also be Andre? Because I don't think lesbians call me anything in particular. Other than Yahweh. Alright. Listen, lesbians are cool and all, but I'm not gonna pretend that Arcane's a good show. Great chili cook-off in the sky. Wow. Okay, so it hasn't been a full day. Do I have to wait a full day in IRL? It's gonna take some time for Dina to bounce back from this. Why don't we come back tomorrow? It already is tomorrow. Okay. Don't piss me off. Maybe I gotta go in the nighttime. And then in chapter 4, you break the game and you have to play 5 Nights at Freddy's. I don't know if that's true. Let's save the game again. It's been a while. By the way, the moment I've since watched Sunday has surpassed. We've watched the first 2 episodes of the new season of Smiling Friends. We're gonna start watching Haha You Clowns next week, and also the first episode of The Chair Company. Now the episodes are actually coming out Sunday, so I don't have to have a Peacemaker situation where I have to pretend I don't see the spoilers for 3 or 4 days. Anyway, there's a moment in The Chair Company episode 1 where Tim Robinson's character, because like I love Tim Robinson, no offense to him, but every character he plays is Tim Robinson. If he played a different character, if his character had a name, I wouldn't be able to tell you. He's like Tom Cruise, you know. Although Ethan Hunt is my friend, looks into the YouTube comments of an old song and everyone's like venting in it, and that's a real phenomenon that happens. It happened like a couple summers ago when me and the Sibs, we're trying to play a game of, we were trying to guess what the top 10 highest grossing songs were, or top 15, and one of them was In the Summertime by the Mungo Jerrys, and we went to the music video on YouTube, and all the comments were people obsessively admitting to crimes. It's a shame you run into spoilers so often, but I guess it's part of the job. Yeah, well, okay, to be fair, I didn't run into Peacemaker spoilers as much as because here, I think that everything is a spoiler. So I think it's not that I run into it as often, but it's maybe that I'm a lot more careful or emotional, I suppose. I have a negative reaction to any spoilers, right? Because knowing anything about anything to me kind of, it doesn't ruin it, but it does spoil it, right? So, trying to think of an example. If someone's like, oh, I want to tell you about this thing, but I don't want to tell you how it ends, that's still a spoiler to me, because if it's all new, I don't want to know anything. So when it came to Donkey Kong Bonanza, it wasn't just that I didn't want to know how the game ended. I didn't want to know anything about the game before I experienced it for myself. Because in games like Bonanza or Astrobot, coming across something like that on your own is really fun. However, as we've noticed on stream, I can't play the same game over and over forever. So once we get to episode, like, I don't know, 6, that's when I start looking shit up, I guess. It happened with my good friend Chibi-Robo. This ain't good. Hi, Mr. Ultra. Happy 2 days until Pokemon ZA. Oh, I love that Zaza. Yeah, we wrapped up Bonanza, and today we're gonna wrap up Chibi-Robo. So then, other than podcasts and GTA, it's just gonna be ZA for a while. And I think I talked about this on the pod, but the reason I'm like this now with any games, right? I want that awe and wonderment. I was about to say wah and underment. When I was a kid, every single game I played or got, I would either immediately buy the strategy guide or look up a YouTube walkthrough immediately. For like the first, I don't know, 7 years of me playing video games, I was never without a walkthrough. And I bring that up because you brought up Pokemon, and I think this is the first Pokemon game since, I don't know, maybe Black and White, where I plan my team ahead of time. That's what I used to do, because if you didn't know, before X and Y had a worldwide release the same day, Pokemon games would release like a year early in Japan and then come out in the West. So I would watch walkthroughs of like Black and White and Heart Gold and Soul Silver before those games even came out here, and then by the time they came out here, I knew which routes had which Pokemon. When Black and White first came out in Japan, I would watch so many walkthroughs. I would write down what Pokemon encounters there were in each route because I knew that's what I wanted on my team. And then obviously with X and Y onward, I rolled the dice. I wanted to go in blind. That's what I like to do with streaming. The issue with that, okay, now I gotta find blocks. The issue with that is that I don't really play games off of stream, so there's so much I want to do on stream and so little time to stream, right? So there are classic single-player video games that I would much rather have my initial reaction to them be on stream so I can capture that. So like I have like Ocarina of Time and like Metal Gear Solid and Sonic Adventure 2 over there, and I played a little bit of Sonic Adventure 2 that I refuse to play unless it's on stream because I want my reaction to those games and my feelings of playing those games to be on stream. It's the reason why I constantly meander and get lost and it takes me forever to beat games, and 2, why there's so many games I haven't played. The same thing is with TV shows. Like, if anyone's like, hey, have you ever seen this cartoon? And I'm like, no, I haven't seen it. Hilda is a good example. And they're like, oh, you should watch it. I'm like, I always try and contextualize it in a video. Because I want... And it happened recently. There's, without getting into spoilers, there's a show that my wife really wanted to show me. And I do really want to watch the show, but it's also sort of a pink opaque, and people have requested it. So I didn't want to watch it, not because I didn't want to watch it with her, or because I didn't want to watch it in general, but because I wanted my first watch of it to be for that video. But now I actually think, like, going back to it and writing will be better for it, if I even end up doing it, right? That's going to be a longer project. There's no response. There is nothing. Okay. I have to find the rest of the cubes. What lore did I miss? Did you just say your wife? Man, you gotta show up to more streams. I got illegally or legally married in Vegas. Keep up. That was like back in April. Alright, so the cubes. I think I have most of them, right? I did get some of them. I gave them to her before Funky Phil even died. Okay, I remember there being a yellow one and maybe a white one. Okay, hold on. Dogbone, kitchen. Dogbone found in kitchen. I'm just gonna watch this and see which ones I have and haven't done. And there's 12 minutes left in this little walkthrough thing, so that's gonna take me like 3 hours. Okay, green block. I think I did do the green block. This looks familiar. Can somebody give all my naked friends some badges? Red block. The thing is, like, these are ones that, if they're just sitting in a room, then I did get them. Because I have radared every room And other than the frog rings respawning, I think I got everything that you can actually take permanently. The other blocks I don't have are probably situational. Yeah, the white block was on the roof. I'm pretty sure one of them was after you beat Queen Spydor, so I need to figure out what that one is. And then we'll do whatever the Dina and... By the way, this stream is going to be very anticlimactic. I'm going to get the final stickers, and if there isn't, like, fanfare, find Pico in the backyard with the yellow block and talk to him. This can only be done after Phil dies and on days when Mr. Sanderson isn't outside. Okay, so this is probably the one I don't have. To be fair, I've been coming to the streams and didn't understand the wife thing. I thought it was a bit for a while. You probably think... Here's the thing. There's a lot of stuff that I do... Here, it is a bit, but not a lie. Does that make sense? Like, there are bits that sound stupid that I commit to, so they are real, but they're still bits. Like legally changing my last name to Ultra. I did do that. That is legally binding. But it is still a bit. I didn't do it for serious, but I did do it for real. Does that make sense? Okay, that's more Jothrin. Thank you. Thank you. It was all the long con. Now my wife's legal last name is Ultra. A name that nobody else in the world has. Long story short, this man is an enigma. Yeah, well, enigma implies unknowing. But no, you guys know my full legal name now. Where the fuck am I going? Oh, wait, I need to go outside anyway. In the summertime, da-da-dee-da-da-dee. See, like, now is a good example where a better streamer would have fell silent, would have allowed the silence to kind of just meander, would have allowed the chat to catch their breath, or rather the streamer to catch his breath. The lonely streamer seems to free his mind at night. I do my best streams at night. It's the fact that you prefaced it with "my beautiful" for a while that made me think you weren't real. They weren't real. You don't think I could have a beautiful wife? That's fucked up. Listen, I'll have you know my beautiful wife is several leagues out of my league. But there's no but. There's actually no but now that I think about it. Okay, I need to sleep through the night and then make it day again. Listen, we've talked on the previous stream about me being a 5. I'm a 5 with high aspirations. And a thick ass. A thick ass what, you may ask? That's why you're asking the wrong questions. It went from 2902 to 2903. Most of the things I've said as a bit... Well, I don't want to... Okay. Can I not sleep when I'm in here? Can't use Z to... Okay. That would have saved me a lot of time. I gotta wait for the loading screen. Yeah, you know what? I was gonna say, like, oh, an easy way of understanding me is this thing, or fucking whatever. Why am I going super chibi? Nothing wrong with being 5 foot with a thick ass, yeah. The 5'6" thing is not a bit, though. It is what it is. There's no way of knowing. Most of the things I say on stream are a lie, and the things that seem like lie. I lie about really mundane things, because I think it's funny. But the things that sound crazy are probably true. Have you watched the animated Addams Family movies? They are peak. The animated Addams Family movies? No, but I've had the IHOP meal. Does that count? That's basically like watching a movie. I actually watched Addams Family Values last night, and by watched, I mean I caught like 5 minutes of it. But I saw Pubert, their son, who they lovingly named Pubert, and I was in a call with people in the Patreon Discord server, and we just started calling Wednesday's brother Chudsley. That's about as far as I got into the movie. Why am I beeping? Okay, back outside. Chudsley, Huggy Pugsley, basically any name you can give a kid that's mean. I had someone close to me tell me that they labored for a long time with their friend who was in the midst of a transition to pick a name that people could not use as... Wait a minute, that's the blue block right there. Fuck, do I not have that one? Do I have the bone? Huh. Whimper. Do I need to be dog suit? Do I need to be Dogbert? Anyway, the idea was to pick a name that nobody could use in an insult. But I think maybe I have nothing but passion in my heart. But I truly believe that any name could be made into an insult with enough vigor and thought. Can you understand me? Oh, thank God! These people are up to no good! That's my thing, right? Is I give people nicknames just because it's easier for me to remember. Okay, he's not gonna give me this block. So I do need the bone. I'm gonna use my Chibi sense. Okay, but there's Pico. I think the only blocks I'm missing are yellow and blue. I just gotta find a way to get that fucking block away from that guy. And that'll be all. That is all. Any other questions from the peanut gallery? What's your guys' favorite peanut? You guys fuck with Lucy? What about Peppermint Patty? Franklin? Linus? Pugsley? Wednesday? Rob? Huh? Okay. Read it back. Hold on. Go back. Should I not be in the dog suit? Is this, like, offensive? Bunch of upside down shit. Okay, huh? The video I'm watching just ends after that Snoopy. That wasn't one of the options. I eat them with the shells on. The peanuts? Do I have to shoot this guy with a gun? You know, with infinite energy, I could just shoot. Okay. Hold on. I have a button for this. Oh, shit. It's backwards. Okay, hold on. If you want this, come to the basement at night. Okay. Yes, sir. Let me figure out this bone situation, then. I want to be in the bone zone. Once you beat the final boss, Tao will have a blue block in his mouth. Whenever he's awake, give him the bone to make him drop it. Okay. Bone, ba-bone, ba-bone, ba-bone. I'm gonna assume there's no bone over here. Bone over. And I also have to assume these are the only two blocks I don't have. This is attainable, though. We see our goal in front of us, and we know how to get it. Alright, well, let's sleep, then. Unless is the bone in his bowl? I'm gonna check the kitchen, and then I'm gonna sleep, and then I'll go to the basement. Because maybe we just need the bone to respawn. Maybe it hasn't... But it's been several days since we dug the bone last time. Or maybe we can only get the bone when Mr. Sanderson is watering the tree. I'll turn to the blocks. You could also give the blocks you have before. Yeah, whatever. Who cares? Whatever. Who cares? Whatever. Who cares? And then some shit will happen or something. Still a lot more in that video. Now that I think of, this stream actually might surpass the half stream goal. But then it's going to be 0.5 again. Alright, now I gotta beat this game in 20 minutes. Lock the fuck in, samurai. Is there a bone in his bowl? Is there a fun in his skull? Okay, well. Sleep time, chibi sleep. Maybe I go in the backyard at night as well, because there might just be a bone out there. Solve all of our problems in one fell swoop. I'm gonna follow through. I thought people didn't like the animated Addams Family movie. Or is this a situation where, like, you grew up with them and whatever animated film came out when you were 10 is, quote, peak? Oh, dude, The Croods? Actually peak cinema. I don't doubt that that's true. I think people are too judgmental about... I think especially in the 2010s when it came to any animated film, anything that wasn't, like, high art was like, oh, that fucking sucks. I just like cartoons. I like all cartoons, even the bad ones. However... What was my initial point? It was like some shit. I was proving my point by going silent again. By going quiet. Okay, no bone out here. Concerning. To the basement we go. Perhaps an attic I shall seek. What does YouTube have to say? Oh, I just find them funny. That's fair. I keep making this point several times over. Maybe Northern Lion will steal another one of my points, but say it more eloquently. I should go to the foyer. The foyer. Yay! I love cartoons. I'm an animated aficionado. I'm an animated atrocity. And I love talking about cartoons on the internet, and I love watching them, and I love all cartoons, and I love drawing, and I love watching drawings. If you think Avatar: The Last Airbender is top 5 shows, you gotta watch more TV. Like, you gotta broaden your horizons a little bit. If you only watch kids' cartoons, I'm Metalocalypse now. There's some dude with a Metalocalypse profile picture on Tumblr that keeps asking what my pronouns are. And my answer is always, I don't fucking care. Call me what... I'm not even saying this to be like, oh, my pronouns are USA. I'm saying I don't care. Like, you legitimately can call me whatever. That shit don't matter to me at all. I don't even care if you call me by my name, right? Call me whatever. If you're non-binary, you have to call me, I don't know, what's another permutation of my name? It's, the chat has decided for me that the Hispanic community refers to me as Drew. And the black community refers to me as Andre. What do those NBs call me? Anytime. Oh. Welcome, young seeker of wisdom. Let me be as direct as the cosmos itself. No way in hell I'm calling you Andre. Well, then don't. You have agency. It does seem to hold interest for you. Therefore, I shall sell it to you for a reasonable fee. Give me 1,000 yen. You tell him, Andre. Thank you. Thank you, Queen. Purchase it. Yes. See that it pays to ask. Giving money to a young struggling artist. I'm the only one who calls you BHU. That's true. Is that what cis straights call me? Okay. Well, there's no bone outside, we know that. Maybe there will be in the morning. Because we know I don't have that blue block. We saw it in the guy's damn mouth. I swear to God, if he asked me to save the game again. Fucking clock's ticking. No way I'm doing this in 15 minutes. Alright, let's shoot for 2.5 hours. So that way it'll reach 32. To the backyard. I'm sitting in front of 3 monitors. I'm talking nonstop. I'm drinking Blue Mountain Dew flavor. Mountain Blue, some would call it. And I'm yawning. Maybe it's on account of the fact that I couldn't sleep because there was a cat sleep. Okay, so there's no bone out here. What was the deal with the bone? Let's circle back. Let's follow through, shall we? How did you get to heaven? I don't know. Pico the backyard. Blah, 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 blah. Pico, I'm howling at the boot. Tell me to okay. You'll need the dog bone. It can be found in the kitchen, buried near the swing, or buried in this spot. Okay, kitchen, swing, spot. Well, it's not in that spot or by the swing. Somewhere behind the swing. Radar? That's the name of the dog. Okay. I didn't see it in the kitchen though, unless it's like hidden somewhere. Or does it change depending on the day? Netflix cooks a lot, and I am tired of people not knowing it. Hilda, Pinky Malinky, Tires, and more. Isn't Tires that fucking, what's his name? The first anti-woke comedian. Fuck. The guy. The guy who loves racist jokes but gets upset whenever you make fun of disabled people. What's the fucking his name? You know, you guys know the guy, right? Why am I blanking on this right now? Okay, well, the block's in there. Oh, dog bone. No. Okay, so you don't know the guy. He's the fucking, I don't know. He has a name, I think. Andrew, think, man, think. I don't think that much about this guy. I gotta, is it either Steve Gerben or Shane Gillis? Shane Gillis, that's the one. The first ever anti-woke comedian. There's supposed to be a dog bone around here somewhere. Oh. Oh. Huh. Okay. Let's move this bridge. How do you know of this guy? You don't think I got internet? What do you mean, how do I know of this guy? Mr. YouTube Shorts? There's a bunch of streamers I met at TwitchCon who, like, when I was shaking their hand and talking to them, I'm like, dude, I'm gonna be honest, I don't watch Twitch at all. I know you exclusively through YouTube Shorts. It was, last year was Squid Inkading. She was really nice. We talked about, like, Little Shop. Of Horrors. How am I gonna... I know I've been up there before. I just don't remember how I got up there. Alright, circle back, follow through. By the way, I don't have an opinion on Tires. I actually haven't seen it. That wasn't me forming an opinion. I was legitimately blanking on the dude's name. The only thing I know about Tires is I was watching the movie Predator, you know, the movie with the Predator in it. And while doing it, I was like, oh, you know, I know this is like, there's like a feminist reading of this. I wanted to look into it because I didn't remember what it was. So I looked up like Predator masculinity or something. First of all, I found an AI video that was titled like how to become how to get predator eyes using semen retention or something like that. I immediately tweeted it out because how could I not? There's a video I wanted to tweet out last night. That's my favorite thing is finding weird shit in my recommendations and then just immediately it's going to my Twitter. But I didn't want people to think that I was like sensationalizing it. The video is titled Road Warrior Hawk Threatens to Rape Ric Flair. And it was just a promo from WCW of basically what it was. And it had 14 million views and it was from like 14 years ago. I just think that title is truly a work of art. Okay, how the fuck do I use the hole? What was I getting at? I prefer Little Shop of Actions myself. I prefer Little Shop of World Tour. How did you get to heaven? I don't know. Why did I bring that up? Oh, right. We found this fucking, this chick, whose entire shtick is like, The first video, it was something about, I don't know, it was about the Marvels or some other movie that only anti-woke people care about. And all of her videos are like that. And I've found her on Twitter, and she's always saying some bullshit. And the extent of what I know about Tires is that she called it, like, the only show that, quote, doesn't push an agenda. I think it's possible the show could be good, right? But that sort of soured me on it, I suppose. Not the show's fault. I think a movie like The Marvels is a good litmus test, because the average moviegoer, or just normal person, doesn't think about a movie like The Marvels at all. It's not even on their radar. They probably haven't seen it. But if you make several hour-long videos about how Marvel went woke and went broke, nobody thinks about The Marvels that much. Nobody in their right mind thinks about that 2023 Marvel film. The appropriate reaction to a Marvel film is to maybe see it in theaters, and then after that be like, oh, right, I forgot that happened. I think part of being a streamer is you have to be boisterous. Like, if I was in an actual discussion, I would not be saying things this matter of fact. However, the matter of the fact is that I have a microphone in my hand and nobody can stop me. Where's this fucking bone? Fuck and bone. Am I close? Like... What if it's in this? Because I could just get back up again. Okay, bone. Perfect. It's under you. Okay, thanks. On the shelf. Where would I be without chat? Have you seen Superstore or Brooklyn Nine-Nine? The extent of what I know about Superstore is, a fan of mine. A well-meaning fan. And I always respond to my DMs unless they say, like, hello or hi. Like, if you say, oh, I love this video, I say, oh, thank you so much. Or you say, like, hey, have you seen this? I respond, no, I have not seen this, you know? Because I want to be approachable, right? I want to start a dialogue. Sometimes people lean a little too far into it, and they keep messaging me, and then I'm like, okay, I'm just going to just leave them on red. Unless it's something I legitimately care about. Because I'm no better than my fans, right? I might as well respond to everyone if it's something I actually care about. But a well-meaning fan, and I have not responded to this message because I was so taken aback, who is not trying to be mean, is genuinely a fan of mine, sent me a picture of a guy from Superstore, and they're like, oh, this guy reminds me of you so much. The way you act, the way you talk, the way you look. Ugliest dude I've ever seen in my life. Instant shotgun to my forehead. I'm not responding to that goddamn message. Point being, I'm also not responding to that pronouns message anymore, because I already fucking answered it. Fuck you. My pronouns are fuck you. My pronouns are kiss my ass. They should get me on Tires. I'm the first ever non-woke streamer. Who was the dude? I don't know. A dude with long hair and no mustache. And a sad face. Why am I cleaning still? Chibi-Robo, we're wasting time. We're hemorrhaging time, Chibi-Robo. What if I just lie on the forum? What if I just get rid of the 0.5? Who's gonna check? I already finished Chibi-Robo. I also finished... Yeah, mama. What did they look like? They look like a frumpy dude with long hair and sad eyes. The kind of sad expression you only see in Eastern European gay porn. Can I teleport when they're... Oh, I've got the purple on me. I've got the purple in me. Every time I touch the black, it turns into gold. I was gonna change gold, but that's also a color. Everybody wants that yellow, purple, and green. Every time I blue that black, it browns into... I keep wanting to change gold, but that's still a color. It could be anyone in the Midwest area. Well, I haven't fucking seen Superstore, so I don't know what to tell you. You guys think I've seen TV shows? Oh wait, I gotta give him the Dina, right? Dina, I've gathered all the cubes. And now I'm here to help you revive the dude. Dina, I don't have any more pubes. The doctor took them away. Where is Dina? Discord! Are we a prey alone? Or are we just a stepping stone for taking back the throne? Where is Dina? Sorry, I went to the basement, right? Yeah, I did. I gave him money. How could I forget? There should be a hole over here. All up in here. No need to yell at me, Andre 2000. That's close. I was almost born. I was 3 days removed from being born in the 2000. Or 2000. Can you hook me up with that doctor to remove your pubes? You could probably just do that, man. But they're taking your foreskin as well. Here's your fucking cubes. There are still 2 blocks left to round up. I can't tell you what I'm planning to do. Sorry about that. My blue is finished. I'm ready to lock in. Yes. I don't know what I just agreed to. What you got? Show it to me. We're gonna go block for block. That's it. That's it. Hurry up and hand it over. I don't know. I feel like in the modern era, sitcoms aren't really my thing. I enjoyed watching that 90s show in the server just because we were doing our own bits and not really watching the show. And I watch every new episode of Abbott Elementary, but like I don't think I'd ever recommend it to someone. Like it's just kind of fine. Block layout. Give it to Papa. As in like the real dad or like who's your dad? What does that mean? See you around, compadre. That's almost my name. She killed herself. Overcome with grief. Overwrought with... Actually, if I can finish this after it reaches an hour and a half, but before it reaches 2 hours, I'm just going to count it as an hour and a half. Because I was talking your ear off at the beginning of the stream. I do not need to clean up this fucking garbage. This fuck and garbage. Sorry, Seth Rogen for a second. So who is Papa? What does this mean? Give the block plan to Dad. Alright. What time is it? Adventure time. I'm becoming congested. I've got this mucus in me. Compadre 2000. That, like, those quote-unquote feel-good sitcoms don't do much for me. There are bits in Abbott I like I've gone, haha, like that seagull from Family Guy. But they aren't like clips I would post on the internet and be like, man, this show fucking eats. They're just kind of okay. Let it run for 6 more seasons, I don't care. If they keep getting comedians I like, if it's giving comedians work, fuck it, we ball. Alright, I need to go to the kitchen. Forgot you could access everything from the foyer. I just feel like the mockumentary format's been done to death. I said before that I have really annoying hang-ups on New Girl. Like, my reason for not watching New Girl is stupid and petty. I feel the same way about Modern Family, which is a show I know is good because, Megan Gantz is one of my favorite television writers. I'm a big fan of her work. On both Community and Always Sunny. Why am I here? I need to talk to Dad, who is not here. Alright, well, nighttime. Sleep time. But I can't get over the concept of it being a mockumentary, which is in storyline, in canon, being filmed by like a recording company, by a recording studio, by a television company. Because, like, Abbott makes sense, right? I guess. It's an underprivileged school, so they're filming it. They're making a documentary, sure. The Office, sure. Parks and Rec, sure. But, fuck it, why are they filming this random-ass family? Maybe if I watch the pilot episode, they'll explain, like, oh, yeah, we're actually... The family from Modern Family actually lives in a biodome, and they're being experimented on. They throw a rock at their head. But... I know that shit's not true. What I just said, I made up. What did you think was going to be the secret bosses of Deltarune Chapter 3 and 4? I don't know. I don't expect much from the secret boss. Sorry, I don't want to say I don't expect much. I mean, I don't expect. I am always surprised. And I know whatever the secret boss... Well, because I played Deltarune for the first time last year. So... I had heard of Javelin, I had heard of Spampton, and people in the chat could direct me to where I needed to go for those secret bosses. But because I was playing Chapters 3 and 4 basically right after they came out, well, there was actually a couple week break. But again, that's another example of a game I didn't want to look anything up about, right? Like, I easily could have looked up a walkthrough before I played Chapter 3 and 4, but I thought that would have ruined it for me, so I really didn't want to do that. Even though it probably would have made the streams better. But you guys should know by now that these streams don't exist for you. They exist for me. They give me an employed excuse so I can tell my family and my fucking tax person that I need to stream. It's important. It's my job. I need to play video games every day. It gives me an excuse to do so. And also gives me historical record. So if any point on my deathbed, I'm like, what the fuck was I doing in October 2025? And it turns out I was learning about British slang and also talking about shows I've never seen. Forming strong opinions on shows I've never seen. Alright, now this is following through. This is following poo. That I think my desire for my initial impression on everything to be documented is really kneecapping me and preventing me from expanding my boundaries, right? Because there was a project I wanted to do in like 2023 where I like forced myself to become a Dragon Ball fan and actually watch the show for the first time. And outside of that video, I didn't want to do anymore, and I still want to do that video or something to that degree at some point. So still to this day, I haven't watched any of that fucking show, or I watched like a couple episodes, but for the most part, haven't watched the show. And I won't until I could do it for a video. But there's, again, like the streams, there's so many streams I want to do, there's so many videos I want to do, and yet so little time. But the more I keep going, eventually I will finish off that whiteboard I filled out in 2023. Eventually I will get to every video on that board. But now I'm letting the patrons decide. Hey, did you know that every Thursday in the BH Ultra Patreon, not the Discord server, just the Patreon itself, for a measly $3 a month, you too the choice of the next year's big Ultra video could be in your hands. You could vote on the Ultra bracket in the BH Ultra Patreon. All you have to do is watch those bracket videos when they go up Thursday night and comment in the comments and vote on which video you want to see make it to the next round of the bracket. Which one are we doing now? It's Pokemon movies versus, like, some other shit? What was the other shit? I know a lot of my chatters are in the Patreon. As all of my chatters should be. Do a streaming service kid show video. Like, a video about all the kid shows on a streaming service. I have wanted to make a video about all the Max originals from, like, a stretch of years, right? Like, from when Max first launched to, like, I don't know, whenever it became just Max. The original HBO Max, I can't fucking talk. I bit my tongue like a couple days ago, and it still hurts whenever my tongue goes back there. Okay, the original HBO Max exclusives. Our Flag Means Death. Peacemaker, Season 1. The Fungies. Tig and Seek. Elliot from Earth. Books 3 and 4 of Infinity Train. So on and so forth. I think that'd be fun. Oh shit, he's making some bullshit. This goes there, that goes here. Whoops. Am I intruding? I came intrude the door. Come on, Chibi-Robo, you're making me nervous. Please don't wander around here. Okay, the guy says to go back to the bedroom the next night. There's a lot in this game that... Here's the thing, right? I went through the stages of grief very quickly. My initial take was, man, there's a lot of stuff in this game where you just have to wait for the next night. And then my response to that, I'm arguing with myself, would be like, well, you're not supposed to do one at a time. You're supposed to do them concurrently. But this sticker you can't even get until you've already beaten Queen Spydor. So there's only like 3 other... Well, I guess you could do any... Whatever. Don't ignore me. Forget I said anything. I've got the tragic in me. I've got surgery, my knees. I work at the dentistry. Every time I touch that plaque, I moan in the ear. Yeah, it moans to ear. Everybody wants that crystal meth. I don't know, that song was B.O.B. Honestly, of all the things you can be for people to stop liking you or respecting you, a flat earther is pretty sick, actually. In a world of nonces and racists, be a flat earther. Popular Twitch streamer, BH Ultra Live, says everyone should be a flat earther. You know that's false information because I'm not a popular streamer. Every time I touch my dad... Nope, I don't like that one. Pretend I didn't say that. What is the chat saying? You didn't know that was B.O.B.? Okay, sorry, I don't have a comprehensive knowledge of B.O.B. Sorry, I'm not a B.O. boy. Hilda has 3 seasons and a movie. For Netflix and select kid shows. I think you just really want me to talk about Netflix shows, which is fine. Everyone's got their favorite. Sorry, whoever is currently in the BH Ultra Patreon, what's the matchup happening this week? It's Pokemon movies versus... What's it up against? I haven't checked in a while. I never check until Thursday, like on the day. Everybody wants that crystal meth, 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 meth. I'm looking for Dina. Where's my friend? My friend's in there. Congratulations. Should be like a lamp or something. Oh, I found her. Yo, what's all that dump back there? Damn, girl. Dino alert! You're late, Chibi-Robo. Hurry up and get your tin hiney up here. Cowboy up, compadre. It's time for the concert. Hurry up and climb on board. Yippee, 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 yippee. Shorty. I hate to say it, but Shorty's good. Don't blame me if you get hurt. There's no seatbelts back here. That's a lawsuit for sure. I can show the world what we've got. Let's go. This is a different character altogether. What if this is just a different cowboy named Dina made of blocks? Actually, this might be a proper... Now that I'm spoiling myself, this might be a proper finale to this series. Body horror. I have to beat you up sometimes. Why do you say it like it happens regularly? Magoozy. Right. Pokemon movies versus Magoozy. Pokemon Magoozy. I'm gonna make your dreams come true. I'm gonna put some dirt in your eye. Watch your little By the way, of what I was watching of Addams Family Values, every time I saw Uncle Fester, I was like, he sounds like something, but I don't know what it is. And every single time, people are like, oh, that's Christopher Lloyd. I'm like, no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying he's doing a voice. And it took me a while. The voice he was doing is he sounds exactly like Willem Dafoe in Spider-Man. He's doing the Green Goblin voice. Pokemon movies versus Magoozy / Code Lyoko, etc., etc. It's got Totally Spies in there, too. Oh, fuck, kid. We've been so good. Funky. Funk it up. Bitch, you're about to get funky. mind if a white boy gets a little funky? If I can finish the stream before the 2-hour mark, I'm going to count it as 1.5. So that way I can round this up to 31. Yeah, yippee, yeah! Oh. Holy shit, they're dead. You killed them. Funky. Look how good they are. Did you see all that, Funky Phil? Oh, he's in the stars now. There's twice as many stars as usual. It has nothing to do with how many heads I have. They just... Dude, what if you woke up one night and there were twice as many stars? Like, something has gone wrong in the happy-go-lucky world of space. And now there are twice as many stars. How long do you think it would take you to notice? I think it would take me until, like, seeing a post on Twitter of somebody being like, hey, breaking news, there's twice as many stars and we don't know why. And then somebody, quote, retweets it by saying, always bet on nothing. Oh, would you look at the time? Okay, so there's still a little bit more I need to do. Even though that was Funky Phil's funeral. His Funky Philneral. I don't like that at all. I'm sorry for saying it. I'm even more sorry for hearing it. Every time I touch that Chibi-Robo, it molds. I hear little kitty cats. Well, let's fucking kill some time then. I don't know what I meant to do. I imagine I talk to Dina, right? If every day I just need to keep going... Oh, hello, Entei. Every day I need to keep going back and forth between the bedroom and not the bedroom. Come here, bud. You want to come on stream? Why are you attacking me? Not the cat, the Drake Redcrest. They love watching Chibi-Robo specifically. They think he's a little bug and they want to kill him. He's staring at the screen right now. I'm watching him. His first video game. Okay, now he's jumping up at the screen. It's only a matter of days before they knock over this TV. They've been trying to knock over the... Oh, okay. See, trying to make it a little bit more stable for him. He just jumped on the ottoman, but only the tray part, and then dragged the tray down with him. Entei, come here. Also, they love eating the GameCube controller. It's like their favorite activity. Come here. Get up here. Entei specifically doesn't know how to yawn correctly. He doesn't close his eyes, so when he yawns, he just goes, ah! See, he's learning. He didn't react to that at all. They know that I scream in the middle of the day now. I see Dina up there. Wait, no. Is that just Phil? No, Dina's up there. He's climbing the microphone arm. He's climbing the me. Hi, bud. Oh, big yawn. You gotta close your eyes, man. You're freaking me out. Wait, don't step on the keyboard. Game audio has been delayed for the past 30 minutes, by the way. Well, I appreciate you telling me now, post-haste. Did you notice 30 minutes ago, or did you notice now? You're like, wait a minute, that's strange. Has this all been an elaborate prank? What about it now? Is it normal now? Oh boy, do I have egg on my face. You got me. Ha, you got me. Ha, the stream's worse now. Classic Jape. I guess the trick is on me. I guess the Joker is me. Just as long as there is just a fool, as foolish as he could be. There's always a Joker. That's the rule. And fate deals the hand that I see. Happy 1-year anniversary to Joker Fallout 2. I think that's an October classic here on out. I'm gonna make people in the server watch it next year. Fuck it. Normal now. Okay. Well, I appreciate you telling me. I'm glad somebody had the guts to say something. The Joker likes pee. The Joker likes What does YouTube have to say about this? Pizza Tower could be good stream idea. Okay, so this is twice now on the stream that you have asked me about things that I have done on stream. If you were in Twitch chat, I would understand. You are very literally on the BHO to Turbo YouTube channel. But I'm gonna do you a favor. If you want to see me play the Snowgrave route, or you keep yawning with your eyes wide open, or you want to see me play Pizza Tower, go ahead and go to the playlist tab on the BHO to Turbo YouTube channel. Scroll all the way down. Hit Control F. Type in Deltarune or Pizza Tower. If you're on your telephone, look for Deltarune or Pizza Tower. Okay, he's chasing his own tail like a dog. You're a smelly dog, you know that? Legendary Beast. Okay, he's trying to climb my pants again. Okay, right, claws hurt, I forgot. Does anyone else have any stream recommendations? All the new people, what would you guys most like to see me play? Because it's possible I have played it. Should I make a big list of all the games I finished? Because technically I did 100% the game by my metric. And by that I mean, I got A rank and all the collectibles. I'm not getting S rank in that game. I'm a firm believer that anyone can get good at any game given enough amount of time. But I think if I try and get S rank in Pizza Tower, it will take me years. So, that game's beaten, basically. Can anyone make a wiki? Can I make like a BH Ultra Live wiki? How hard could it be? Of all the games I've played on stream? I should make little, like, because I've been drawing the thumbnails as of late. I should make little art pieces for all of the different... I wish you could... There are ways to make thumbnails for playlists, right? I actually don't know if you can or can't do that. You're still like 80% done with Pikmin 4, but I think you said you were waiting for Switch 2 Edition. I think I was going to use the Switch 2 Edition as an excuse to play it, but I wouldn't be opposed to playing it again. Like I said, I want this Thursday to be the rotational Switch 2 day where I just load up the Switch 2 and play whatever I have on it. So I'm not Ow! Stop clawing at my foot, you little freak. Oh, fuck, great. Funky Phil's alive. Oh, funk. This better give me the sticker. Is it just this cutscene, and then nothing happens? Something tells me this is the cutscene, the last cutscene. Wait. Yeah, that seems about right. Alright, time to do some voices. The stream is about to end. Can I make custom thumbnail? Why did I say thumbnails? Alright, well, I'm done reading the chat. You was dead, and now you're back. You darn dancing weed. You was as dead can be. So how'd you manage to come back to life? What kind of miracle was that? Was it the great cowpoke in the sky? Was it the Sprouts prayers? New batteries? Oh, who gives a rip-snorting hoot? I'm as happy as all get out. Get out! See, this would be the perfect time to hit the button. How do I make custom thumbnails for playlists? I would love to do... Wait, do you need to be, like, a verified channel? Because I'm not even that on the main channel. I think the Turbo, BHO Turbo has sort of been a failed experiment, because I thought it would have been lucrative by now, but people don't fuck with the second channel. I need more videos. I need to make more original content for Turbo. I just don't have any money anymore. Actually, October's been pretty lucrative. But also I gotta pay my damn rent. No, anyone can? I'll look into this. Butter my town, call me Biscuit.
What? Did I do something wrong?
Yes?
You know, that reminds me.
Oh. You got the Dina. You just died again? Oh. Guess who's got all the Chibi-Robo stickers? I have beaten the game. Guess who beat all of Chibi-Robo, even if I'm super lame? Chibi-Robo, Chibi-Robo, Chibi. Alright, let's set it back to normal CRT. Does something special happen for me getting all the stickers? Time sure flies when you're making folks happy. Or do we just end anticlimactically? Because this is the final time you're ever going to see Chibi-Robo. I'm going to take the disc out of the GameCube and put it in there and put it back on my bookshelf. Let's go. While you're here, Chibi-Robo, would you like to save? Yes. This is as anticlimactic can feel. But as long as I finish the stream in the next 9 minutes, then it will count, well, 8 minutes. It will count as an hour and a half. I'm going to count it as 1.5. Is anything going to happen in the game now that I have all the stickers? Or do I just have them? Alright, roll call. Giga-Robo, Telly, Chibi-Door, Utilibot, Frog Ring, Frog, Captain Plankbeard, Free Rangers, Sophie, Drake Redcrest, Mr. Prongs, Bluebird, The Great Pico, Sunshine, Morden Princess, Dina, Funky Phil, Queen Spydor, Hot Rod, Space Scrambler, Cooking, Kid Eggplant, Prima Puel, and Tamagotchi. And now, did I save the game? I think I did, but I'm gonna do it again. I can't practically see myself in your shot. Is he hitting on me? I want to pick my plug up. I don't want to talk to this little horny freak. I'm talking to you, chat. I love being your manager. Oh, I fucking bet. But your work is not yet done. There are still many... That is the worst thing I could have heard before closing this game forever. Is the game going, oh, but you gotta keep playing. No, man, I'm done with Chibi-Robo. I'm done with Chibi-Robo exclamation mark for the GameCube. Perhaps someday I will return to the world of Chibi-Robo. There's only 2 other games, right? There's like a Walmart exclusive, and there's a 3DS game everyone hates. But as of right now, you'll direct your attention... Oh, I got hit again. All right, you know what? Give me the number one last time. How many... are you okay? That's happened 29 times. Can we just keep him dead? Just as long as there is a pester log. See, if Joker Folie à Deux was titled Homestuck, people would be defending it all day. Why is Homestuck allowed to be bad? All right, hold on. Let me fix this hour thing. Oopsie, I opened up a tab on my computer. Yes, please. Yeah, you know what? AI train everything. You could have my likeness. You could have my fartness, my catness. You could have everything. My catnip. Let's give a quick shout out to Catnip, please. All right, thank you. Thank you. Where the fuck did that go? Hold on. This is hard to maneuver. I could just bring my keyboard over on my lap. If only they made computers for your lap that you could, like, top somehow. What do they call it, a laptop? I feel like I never top that thing. All right. Saving the game. Saving the file. I'm petting the file. We're cutting it close. But it still technically counts because the game is done. Why is this file taking freaking forever? Well, while that's going on, in real time, I'm going to eject, so to speak. Yoink. Open. Stop spinning that. Okay. Yeah, sorry guys. We have to end stream. I tried to grab the disc while it was spinning and it actually cut my finger clean off. Cut my damn foreskin clean off. I didn't read the manual for this. But tiny disc. He cooks, he cleans, he annihilates. I guess those are like the 3 defining characteristics of Chibi-Robo. Chibi-Robo game and GameCube controller that this cat is going to attack me to reach. And also the amiibo are now leaving the set. I don't know what I'm going to put behind me. I guess I could still have the Switch too. Are there any ZA related amiibo? I guess I could just put a Pokemon plush behind me, right? Okay, this file has been saved. I'm going to assume that you guys saw everything I just did. The foreskin discourse continues. I got asked a hypothetical the other night, and I think it really proves my point about circumcision. Is somebody very close to me asked me, well, first of all, they said, like, oh, if you had a kid, would you circumcise them? And I was like, probably not. And then they asked me, if you had a partner who really wanted your kid to be circumcised, would you fight them? And my answer, again, was probably not. Because my stance on circumcision is that I don't care either way, right? But It's a negligible difference. It either is or isn't, and that shit don't matter to me at all. If they want to be, sure. If they don't want to be, sure. I don't care. Anyway, but now if you'll direct your attention over to this chart, we have played Chibi-Robo. We have fully completed Chibi-Robo. It's going on the list of games we have completed. We played Chibi-Robo this year, the streams of 2025, for 31 hours. The same amount of hours we have streamed Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Now both of those are tied for the game I have played the second most, surpassed by a Donkey Kong Bonanza with nearly 43 hours. Galaxy, we finished the Mario run at 21 hours. Maybe if I want to match them all up, I'll do another 10 hours in Galaxy as Luigi. Who knows? I don't think the other games are ever going to reach there. I don't know, 8 hours of Mario Kart World isn't impossible. But I have thoroughly... I have thoroughly wasted your time. It is Waste is Time 2025. And we have about 3 more minutes until it become a full 2-hour VOD. I think we could just do outro song until then. Tomorrow I will be on the computer for the weekly GTA stream. Be staring right at the sun. Who knows who'll show up? I think November is the Thursday of the year. I think in November, I'm going to be streaming more, whether that means more days or just like longer streams in general. I don't know. But I want to do something because I won't have to be editing in November. Not as much, at least. And I think that the GTA weekly show will be moved to Saturday, as we can now have our Saturday Discord game sessions be streams themselves. Because when I first started the server, I wanted the Saturday gaming sessions to be just like a fun little, oh, we're all chilling here. But it seems more and more that a lot of the patrons want to have a platform of their own and are using the BHL live streams to get themselves out there. And I thought at first, like, well, I don't want to live stream these Saturday game sessions because what if people don't want to be streamed? But why even be in the server at that point? That is what I'm getting at. If you're in the BH Ultra Patreon Discord server, you get a lot of cool perks. You'd be stupid not to buy it. Anyway, but tomorrow will be GTA Weekly. The Wednesday after that will be as well. But every other day that's not podcast or GTA will be Pokemon Legends ZA until the Halloween stream. Who knows what happens in November? It is Pokemonth after all. Alright, I've kept you too long. That was all of Chibi-Robo. Thank you for requesting it. Thank you for donating. Thank you for keeping me to it. I know it took 10 months for me to beat it. I started at the end of January, but now, and only now, can I wash my hands of this game. And wash my hands literally. I haven't washed my hands since January. There's one more hand washing until 2026. And in 2026, I will see you then. Actually, let me do that bit without the end screen. In 2020... Fuck it. Whatever. Who cares? I'm nothing.